Hi traders, welcome back to my channel. This is Forex Shinobi, and on today's video I'm going to be talking about how I was able to take this trade using the psychological levels as an additional confirmation. So you can see how the market tapped into the order block. That was the first thing I looked out for as I drew my order block, and I was waiting for the market to tap into the order block. So when the market tapped into the order block, I was not going to take the trade immediately. I needed an extra confirmation. Now that is when the psychological levels come in, because this is step index 200. So if you go to my channel and if you go to the other videos, I think the last 3 videos I posted was actually on step index 200, how you can make daily profits trading step index using the psychological levels. So this is actually easy, guys. So let's go ahead and plot the psychological levels so you can see how the market respects. So this is 15 minutes time frame on the 200 step index 200. Now let me show you the other confirmations first. So first of all, the market tapped into the order block, right? Now I needed another confirmation. The psychological levels we make it the third confirmation. So the first confirmation is that the market has tapped into the order block. So I needed to go down to smaller time frame, like 1 minute time frame, in order to get my reversal pattern. It can be head and shoulders, it can be double bottom, or the Quasimodo, you know, the QML pattern. So I'm going to go down to smaller, the 1 minute time frame. So the 1 minute time frame confirmation will serve as a reversal pattern, and it's going to be my second confirmation. So guys, this is the 1 minute time frame, and you can see where I took the trade from. So this whole area, this is the order block you are seeing from the 15 minutes time frame. So you can see when the market tapped into the order block, and I was waiting for my reversal. Then the market gave me this was the first time it tapped into the order block, but I didn't get the pattern I was looking for. Anytime the market gets to your zone, once it taps into your zone or your entry, like anytime you have a setup and you're waiting for the market to come to the area, your point of interest, once the market comes to that place, depending on what you are trying to figure out, you have to look out for a reversal pattern. So now I'm looking out for the reversal pattern after the market has tapped into the zone. Now this is looking like a W. You can see this, a W pattern, right? So but that wasn't enough for me. I had to look at the right leg of the W pattern. Can you see this? This is the first touch, and then this is a complete W, right? You can see the market went up. But on this right leg of this is the first leg, the left leg, and the right leg, right? You can see. So on this now, I needed to be clear what is forming here. What is this pattern here? So I had to bring in my line chart and then zoom in, right? So what can you see there? Let me show you what I'm seeing. This to me looks like a Quasimodo pattern. It looks like a Quasimodo pattern. So then I had to take the trade. This is actually the third step. I'm just trying to show you before I plot my psychological level so that the screen won't be rough. So this line chart now confirmation, this line chart confirmation is actually supposed to be the last confirmation, the last thing I look out for before I take my trade. But on this video, once I plot my psychological levels, the screen might be rough. That was why I'm trying to show you this last confirmation as the second, because I'm still going to show you the last one being the psychological levels. So actually on this trade, I looked out for three things. First, being this zone from the 15 minutes time frame, the market tapped into the zone. The second was going to be the psychological levels. Then the third is this one now, before I execute the trade. But now I'm showing you the last confirmation as a second because of the screen. I don't want the screen to be rough. So now let's go back to the candle and then 15 minutes time frame. Now let's plot the psychological levels so you can see how the market is reacting. So the psychological levels are price points in the market. The price points where the market tends to reverse from. So this is stepping the 200 and I count it in 50s. Like this is, if you can take a look at this point now, you see that I have just focus on this blue line. Focus on this blue line. You can see this blue line that I'm moving. Focus on the numbers. So on this number here, you can see 11250 is actually a psychological level. I count it in 50s. 11250. But you are seeing 0.8, right? I'm going to remove that 0.8. It has to be 0.000. No other number, just 11250. So after 250, since I'm counting in 50s, after 250, that's after 250, enter 300, right? So the next one is going to be 11300. Then upper one, 11350. So if I'm coming down, it has to be below 250, right? That's going to be 11200, 11150, 11100. So this is the first psychological level now on the screen. So let me remove the 0.00. So this is it. This is exactly where it's supposed to be. And you can see what the market is doing already. You can see how the market is reacting at that point, trying to make a reversal. Now we bring in the one below. So below the 250, right? It's going to be 200. 200. Can you see that? Can you see the second confirmation now? Do you see how the psychological level and the other block is in confluence with each other? Can you see that? So let me add one more, maybe down. Keep looking at these numbers, 250, 200. Then the next one will be what? 150, right? That's below. One fifty. One fifty. Okay, maybe we'll add one more above. That will be 11300. 11300. So I just added 4 psychological levels on my screen. Now if I'm to go back, just keep watching the chart. You can see how the market is respecting. Just take a look at what the market is doing whenever it gets to the psychological levels. Can you see? Even the current position now, you see what the market is doing. It just hit the place and is trying to make a retracement. Anytime the market gets to a psychological level, it must react, no matter how small. You can even use it to scalp. Let's just say this is not the trend. The trend is uptrend. But for the fact that it has gotten to a psychological level, it must give you that little peep that you can capitalize on. Like, you understand what I mean? So just keep looking towards the left. You see all this reaction at the psychological levels. Focus on the screen. Can you see this? It's more like a reversal, an inverse head and shoulders. This is the left shoulder. the head, the inverse head and shoulder. Then he broke above, and then the right shoulder form, he went up. Are you seeing this? See all this reaction. Sometimes the line will serve as resistance, the other one will serve as support. So if I keep going left, you see this. So whenever you see the market getting to, sometimes it doesn't even need to get to like very close to the psychological level before it starts reacting. Like this place, I was able to take a trade from here all the way to this place because of, maybe I didn't record that particular trade, but I used a trend line. So I just put my trend line across. So knowing that the market is very close to this upper psychological level, it can't just go above it without reacting. So I had to take a sell from this breakout of this trend line. So I took a sell from here all the way to this place. Then I closed out and waited for the market to tap into the zone. Went down to the 1 minute time frame. That was this last confirmation. You remember when I showed you the 1 minute time frame Quasimodo reversal? So that was when I took this particular trade, and then all the way to this other psychological level. But you don't really have to wait this long, because every trader has what works for him or her. Sometimes I do scalp, sometimes I hold. So what matters is that you make the money by the end of the day. So the trade confirmation now has been cleared out, right? First of all was that the market tapped into the other block. Secondly, the psychological level, it reacted from the psychological level. So seeing the reaction, I had to go down to smaller time frame and look out for a reversal. Then I took the trade. Now the same thing is happening here. I can also decide to scalp, but now that the market is reversing from here, what do? I have to go down to 1 minute to look out for a pattern. So let me check the 1 minute time frame and see if I can see anything. So this is the 1 minute time frame. So what can you see here? What can you see? This is looking like a head and shoulders pattern, right? So let's just call it a head and shoulders now. Let's say this is the left shoulder. See, when the left shoulder is having trouble breaking above, was facing a lot of trouble breaking above, then he broke above, came back in, and now let's see whether the right shoulder is going to form here. Then we enter all the way to the downside. But because I'm in a trade, I'm not going to hold, because it's shoving or dropping into the profit of the other one. So like the buy, if this is retracing, the buy will be reducing, so the profit from the buy. But let's see if we can maybe scalp from here, just to show you how the thing works. I'm also looking out for the Quasimodo, like seeing if the pattern will end up being a Quasimodo pattern. So let me go to my line charts. This is the best. No one will tell you this. Many top traders use this to refine their entries. So I have to scalp from here. I'll scalp from this place. Though looking at it, you see that it has it's looking like a Quasimodo from here, but it doesn't really matter. Both Quasimodo and the head and shoulders work their work. From here, it's looking like a Quasimodo pattern. But one thing is certain, the market must drop. So since the video is not going to be on, and then while waiting for the market to drop. I'm going to pause the video and wait for the market to drop, then we continue. So guys, I ended up taking 2 trades. So the first one I took on time because the market, I thought the market was going to reverse before getting to the psychological level, because the market does that a lot, though the difference is not much. So it actually got to the psychological level, you can see. So I took the first one from here, so, but the market ended up getting exactly at that psychological level. So I took a second entry, then it dropped. So you can see this is a scalping. You can use it as a scalping approach or method. So let's go back to our candlestick. So I can actually call it a Quasimodo pattern now, formed from the 1 minute, or maybe a head and shoulders, depending on what you want to call it. But what matters is that you are making money. So guys, the video is already about 15 minutes and I'm not going to hold the video for long. So I believe you learned something today. Please, if you love the video, please, if you love my videos, please like the videos, and you can put your comments down, and if you have questions you can ask. Then please, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss all these kind of updates that I bring. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and that's all for this video.